There we go. We are broadcasting live. There we go. Give everybody just a little bit of time. If you're seeing this on YouTube, there's a little bit of delay from the time that I say something and it comes up. So I'm just sitting here hanging out for a little bit. Like right now, at this moment, it's 9:05. I'm going to give everyone another moment. It's so good to have everyone join here. This is my first international Google Hangout that I've done, so I'm looking forward to seeing people from all over that have seen this link. I'm going to make sure I speak slow for those of you who English is a second language. My goal, of course, is that see you doing one of these here within the next few weeks. So I'm going to give everybody another minute playing some Bob Marley. I mean, you can't go wrong with Bob, right? There we go. Too bright. That's better. All right, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this. Thank you all so much for joining me. And that wasn't an earthquake. That's just my fat leg hitting the daggone computer table. Hey, how's everybody doing? I just want to let everyone know I'm so thankful to have you all joining me. This is the first time I've ever put something like this together. It's something I've been wanting to do for quite some time. Just share a little bit in a live format who I am, why I created this Blast Furnace fan page, Blast Furnace blog, what exactly is this dream team all about, and what's going on with that. So I hope to answer a lot of your questions with that. And really, at the end of the whole thing, after I'm done talking for about a half hour, I'm not going to speak long. I know the NBA game is on, and I was just got off the phone with my mentor, Adrian Hines, and he's like, yeah, you might want to try it on an off night of the NBA, or at least, Sunday night or Wednesday. So I think the next time we're going to do this will be on a Sunday evening. I'd like to try and do this. I'm going to do another one like about 2 weeks, kind of follow up and maybe improve how I'm doing it. But again, thank you for joining me. So I'm Big Sean. My real name's Sean Bowman. I live here in eastern part of the United States, near the city of Baltimore. I'm kind of within both the Baltimore and Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. I'm in my mid-40s. I love using social media. And I guess I'll just start with that. Growing up, I always had the dream of owning my own business. I wanted to be self-sufficient for the way that I support myself and my family. In the mid-'80s, for my family at least, it was pretty tough. And that's one thing I could see, that those who were self-employed always did a little bit better than those who worried about a paycheck from week to week. My family was moved around a lot. due to the deregulation of the phone company. My stepfather worked for AT&T, and when the government broke them up, we moved from the eastern United States here in the Baltimore area all the way over to San Jose, California, right next to the Silicon Valley, as it was becoming the Silicon Valley. I mean, at the very beginning. And just seeing that growth that those companies had, and seeing how much more dependent we became on computers, was just amazing. But at the same time, I've always been kind of an extroverted person. I've always wanted to be amongst people, socializing. Those who have met me know I love to crack jokes. I'm always looking for the funny in something. And just being a social butterfly has always been something that I've been good at. I've never had trouble making friends with people. I've never had trouble getting to know people. Of course, you rub some people the wrong way because it's kind of hard to take. This is this big guy with a loud voice. Is he just trying to put wool over my eyes or whatever? But it is what it is. It is what it is. Joined the U.S. Navy and had the chance to travel around the world and visit different cultures and meet people from pretty much all over. I was stationed in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, and so a lot of my travels were mostly around Asia, into the Far East, South America, even up in upper reaches of North America, like in Canada, Western Canada. Love that area. Pacific Northwest is more or less my second home as far as I'm concerned. But in traveling, again, you see the trend. The people that own their own businesses, those are the ones that just had a little bit of an edge in life, had a little bit more control. But of course, it's like, what do you do? So as time goes on, back while I was in the Navy, we made a stop in Singapore, and I saw these racetracks with these motorized cars, and I was like, you know what? That's it. That's what I want to do. I can create a business around hobby race cars. That would be the life for me. You know what I mean? And it took some time and did some research, and what I learned was, in order to do something like that, you had to have, a couple $100,000 in merchandise. You got to have a storefront. You got all these things. And I'm just like, that's kind of constricting. I want something that's more social. So I created my side business called Bedlam Micro Speedway, and you've heard me talk about it. It's basically racing small-scale race cars indoor on racetracks that simulate real race courses, like in NASCAR or in Le Mans or Indy cars or what have you. And you're going to be seeing a lot more about that. But at the time, say in the early 90s, the only way that you could really market anything was to get out there with your products. And that's a whole other headache in itself. And I like to use the analogy of the rock band, okay, when I think of promotions. The band Aerosmith, most of you are familiar with the band Aerosmith. They've been around since the early 70s. When they were first starting out, they realized that record sales were highest in towns that they actually played live shows. Even though their first records were nationally distributed, they really didn't sell until they showed up and did a concert. So they realized the more shows you play, the more records you sell, the more money you have. It's all about the eyeballs. It's all about getting whatever product you have, whether you're a farmer or whether you're a carpenter and you make furniture. One product that comes to mind of all things, and it's even on a religious level, is being a fisherman. I knew a gentleman in Hawaii that was a professional firefighter, and on his off days, he would go out fishing commercially. He had a boat, and he used fishing poles instead of a net. And out in Hawaii, in the Kona coast of the Big Island, if you know where to go, you can make a great living just by fishing. And he would tell us he wouldn't come in unless he had between $1,200 and $2,000 worth of fish on his boat already iced out. He'd get back to the dock. When he got to the dock, he already had a market to sell them to that would transport them that night to Seattle, Washington. So I'm like, now that's a good life right there. You go out, just hang out, fish, enjoy the sun and the ocean, and make $2,000 a day. Wow. But again, okay, he had a market to go to. So let's fast forward to now. We've got social media. And of course, we saw the power of Facebook and how where MySpace started out and they simplified, Facebook simplified the social media experience and took it over. And I'm like, whoa, that's a huge shift. There's nothing, even within the world of computers, as everyone knows, nothing's guaranteed. But the cool thing about Facebook that really changed the game is people really began to just focus on how they feel and express it bluntly. Now, of course, Facebook was started in 2004. And I don't think it really caught its stride with everyone. I say right around 2008, right when the presidential elections were going on. And now the whole dynamic was different. People who I never knew what their political views were now voicing them loudly and belligerently. I mean, for those of you who don't live here in the United States, in 2008, when President Barack Obama was elected, that was one of the most heated elections in our nation's history. But the key is this: it was the first election that had social media involved. And all of a sudden, I started noticing that these posts that people were placing up for either President Obama or, at the time, that was Senator McCain. I'm noticing these posts were getting lots of traffic, like 2,000, 4,000, 10,000 people viewing them in a day, being shared 500 times, 1,500 times, 5,000 times across the internet, making lots of coverage. I'm like, wow, it's pretty incredible. I mean, I never thought someone's idea that something you may have thought in your head just off the cuff could mean so much to so many so far away. And I was like, there's got to be something to this. And I think you guys remember a lot of those posts that would either come up on Facebook or most of the time I saw them on MySpace. MySpace is so fake. I'm getting tired. I'm getting away from MySpace. I'm sick and tired of what they're doing at Tom and whoever else. And then eventually that's exactly what happened. Everyone left MySpace and went to Facebook. And then you still see them from time to time. But, everyone was saying, really, is Facebook going to start charging people to use this? No. Because it's free, we all show up. They've got, 70 million people online at any given time? So with that big of an audience, it's a game changer. If you want to promote anything, your views, your religion, your opinion, your business, this is how it is done. So with all that put together, I created this page, the fan page, Blast Furnace. I want this to be a place where people share ideas, their opinions. If they're in business doing something, share that. If they've got a cool idea, share that. But do it in a positive way. And I want it to be global. I don't want it to just be an American point of view or a North American point of view or a Western point of view. I want to hear from everyone. Okay? I mean, I'm just a simple family man, I've got a regular full-time job, and I've also got kind of a side business that I think is pretty cool. And now, for a fraction of the cost that you would pay at one time, you can share these things online at any time. And so that's why I created the Blast Furnace fan page. And the blog is my main tool, where a carpenter has a hammer. Well, hey, for the small businessman like myself, I need a blog to get my name out there, to better express what I have. I mean, a Facebook post is fine, but, you really, really, truly need a blog to fine-tune what your point is or what you want people to do. Okay? And so what I'm looking for tonight, I know there's 58 people that said that they were going to be on here and joining us tonight. And I think the next time we get together in the next 2 weeks or so, got a phone call. Hey, live TV, you got to love this. Hi, Yvette, how are you? He's doing just fine. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna put you on speaker because I'm on my webinar. I'm on my webinar right now. Say hi to the world.
Hi.
We're watching Baby Colin tonight. He's doing fine. They're watching Rio right now.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay.
I'll call you back in a little bit, okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Love you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Got my 2-year-old nephew here tonight, so of course mom wants to know what's going on. Anyways, but hey, that's really what it's all about, is spending time with families. That's my goal. And so the blog that I use is through a company called Empower Network. And the community, the exclusive community that I'm with, is called the Dream Team. And we are led by a woman named Tracy Walker, who has an MBA in marketing to begin with. And I know I posted a call that she did about a year ago explaining her whole story of starting out getting a degree in marketing to become a chief marketing officer. But with the way the world has changed, especially with the internet, marketing is not what it was at the time that she got her degree. So she had to make some changes. And so, lo and behold, as time went on, she met with the founders of Empower Network, Dave Sharp and Dave Wood. They showed her this powerful tool of using blogs to broadcast anything. And she caught the vision and went running with it. And through the different businesses that she's involved in, real estate and other self-help type information type, self-help products. Who knows what else? She's about to have a baby. She might branch off and do some nutrition type stuff. But she already has the conventional skills for marketing and was able to turn that into how you can market anything on the internet. Okay? She brought in my mentor, Adrian Hines. And Adrian is a minister. And he stopped working in September of 2012 just to be a full-time minister and to help, supplement his income or create an income aside from that. He started doing, different home-based businesses, marketing them on the internet. It took some time, but, now he's completely self-sufficient. He's never punched a time clock since that time. And he's even taken time out to help me. And one thing that he's helped me do is he's helped me start my own team. I want tonight, I want 10 of you to lock arms with me, okay? And let's take Blast Furnace to the next level. If you are a musician and you are trying to sell your music and promote your music, or just promote how you perform, okay, you need a blog to do that. You need to be a part of Blast Furnace. If you are starting out a small business of any kind, whether it's brick and mortar, home base, if you've got one that's on the move, like you're a health instructor, you've got a gardening business, landscaping, or like that, you need a blog to show the techniques that you use that set you apart from the rest of the competition. If you have any product that is able to be bought and sold over the internet, mailed and delivered across the globe, you notice all the big companies have a blog. Xerox, Apple, Under Armour, they all have blogs, okay? You should have a blog also that actually leverages everything going on within the internet. And the great thing about using the products that Empower Network has is they give you all the training for the fraction of what it would cost for you to go to a university to get the same thing. I know Tracy spent well over $75,000 on her master's degree that she got in marketing, okay? Right now, and if you go to the link that I've got, and you know what, I need to post that link again, but it's the link that, I'm going to post that link back on the page again, but you saw the link that's on the event itself. And let me go back to that. There we go. And there it is. The link that I've got on there that says, live all your dreams now. That's really what it's all about. This is training to get you to market, promote, and offers training to people to show them how to get the most out of the social network experience. And when I mean social network, I mean there's, as far as I'm concerned, in social networking, I mean, there's the big four: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. Those are the ones everyone's using right now. I mean, that's what my daughter tells me. She knows everything. But just give you a little bit of background of, how far I've come with that. A year ago, I posted a video up. I made a video called 15 Ghetto Money Decisions. And the term ghetto is slang for bad decisions. Ghetto meaning a desperate, someone who's in a desperate place and makes a desperate decision or compulsive decision rather than making a decision about something that is well thought out, planned, and everything else. I'm the master of the bad ghetto decision, trust me. So, and I listed 15 things that most people do. I know myself, I'm guilty of every last one of them do when they get a large sum of money, and instead of investing in themselves, they just get something like new tennis shoes, new clothes, new rims for your car, new stereo system. Oh, let's go take a trip to Vegas and just blow it all, rather than investing in themselves to build something greater. I teamed up with a crew of guys based out of Florida, right next to Disneyland, as a matter of fact, in Orlando. And I wrote it out for them. I said what I wanted them to say. They kind of tweaked it, and they made the video. Posted it up on their page, which is, oh my goodness, why am I drawing a blank? Let me go up to it real quick. This is a commentary, my man Trey Melvin. And he's got well over 2 million subscribers. That video has been seen over 1 million times in 8 months. I had over 10,000 people check out what Empower Network was all about. Okay, I had over 300 people that wanted to know more information that I still keep in touch with. But the time is right now. The time is right now. What I want Blast Furnace to be is almost like an online magazine where people can get the truth about what's going on. I mean, share whatever you want to, and we can tweak how we're going to do that, but I want to hear what's going on in people's communities in Northern Africa, what's happening in Europe, what's happening in South America, what's going on in Asia. The World Cup is coming up. Is your country going to win or not? But I want to create a community of people that utilize social media to its highest potential. So the great thing about the Dream Team is it's a community of people who are good at it, who are really good at it. I know in the next few weeks we're going to be meeting in Charlotte, June 26th through the 29th. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be bringing my Bedlam Micro Speedway. You're going to see more videos, more pictures about it. And to get that, Charlotte, North Carolina is the hub for American stock car racing. So if I'm going to do this, I've got to go to where it's hottest. So I'm going to bring my racetrack with me, and I'm going to be hanging out with all the other members of the Dream Team, Tracy Walker, Adrian Hines, getting some great training and some masterminding about, where are we going to take social media next, how to better broadcast yourself, and also how to leverage it to actually make an income. You see, Facebook, they make their money by selling advertising space, to businesses to show their products or ideas or political ideologies in front of the millions of people that are already there. But see, a lot of people don't know that you can do the same thing too, and it's only for a fraction of the cost. In fact, I know most of my videos that I posted and broadcasted, especially that you heard about this event, I only paid $20. Okay, and I had over 10,000 people check it out. And 58 people are here. People I've never met before. People I probably couldn't even pronounce their name unless I practiced it a little while. Okay, but so you can do that right now. But if you do not have any value of some sort with those posts, it's just a post. That's all it is. So I see it's 9:30. Let me see. Do we have any comments on this yet? Still have no comments, and that's cool. Please share with me your comments. Send me a message on the Blast Furnace page. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, there goes Andrew. What's up, dude? Super. Oh man. But I think I'm gonna let's see here. Let me talk. Let me tell you guys a little bit of a story here. I mean, I love to talk and everything like this and that, but it's boring me just saying whatever. But let me finish it up with this, okay? Um, Back in 2000, year 2000, when I was kind of just getting things started with my side business with the racetracks, I ran into a gentleman who we're going to call Frank White, and there's a reason why we're not going to use his real name. You'll see that. Um, I was inside of a local bank getting my business checking accounts together, and he was kind of in there sitting in a chair at one of the desks. I mean, one of those. He was like wearing shorts and some flip flops, and he looked like he didn't have a care in the world. And as I'm talking to the teller about what I'd like to do and how I'd like to do some online a merchant account, and it was still brand new for the bank. He just sit back there listening to me talk with kind of a smile on his face. And you ever like you're talking with someone, but you notice someone behind you is kind of like eavesdropping in a way. And I noticed that, but I didn't feel like it was too intrusive. But as they were helping me, he just kind of walked up casually, tapped me on the shoulder, and said, "Hey, how's it going? What are you doing?" I said, "Oh, I'm trying to build these racetracks, and I want to sell them online. I've got a website and everything else." And he said, I was exactly where you were about 6 months ago. I walked in here. I needed to get my accounts together because I sell things on the internet as well. I sell a product on the internet as well. I was like, cool. I was like, yeah. And he gave me a few pointers and some encouragement, and then out the door he went. And it's one of those moments where I was saying to myself, okay, is that guy for real or not? So I kind of, leaned over and I whispered at the teller, I'm like, listen, I know you can't tell me who he is or what he does, but I need to know, is he who he says he is? And is he as important as he really seems? The teller looked at me square in the face and said, he is someone you need to know, period. So right away, I said, I'll be back. I ran out, we exchanged phone numbers, and we met up at a coffee shop about a week later. So at the time, I was driving a Kia Sophia red car. It was a lot smaller than I am now, but a little four-door compact car. And he shows up in a convertible BMW, one of those Z3s. It's brand new Z3 BMW convertible. I'm like, wow. He said, yeah, this is my brother's got the same thing. He's got a different color, but yeah, this one's my baby. I'm like, nice. So we went to the coffee shop, and he said, see, here's the difference between you and I, Sean. He said, see, you're trying to sell a solid product, something that you got to build and paint and package and then mail it out. See, I'm in the business of selling information. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah. And he explained it to me like this. Most of you know that website, Pogo.com, where you can log on and play games, you earn tokens. And I guess you can take the tokens that you win and I'll trade them in for real gifts. Well, he said, I've created a program. It doesn't help you cheat, but it helps you win more. I'm like, really? I said, yeah. When people log on, I've got it set up to basically hack into their website, and a pop-up shows, and it says, hey, try this product for free for 30 days. And it's only $9.99. It'll help you win more. Check it out. Free download. So they download a version of this program that over time gets weaker and weaker and weaker. I think he said it had it going for like 2 weeks or so. Well, at the end of that period, the pop-up would appear again. If you liked it, if you like this program, buy it right now, $9.99. So Pogo has millions of people on their website at any given time. And you can only imagine, most people have $10 in their pocket. So he said, yeah, I'm averaging between $900 to $1,500 a day. And I'm like, what? He said, yeah, no, really, look. He pulls out his checkbook. And he shows me his deposits, and he's depositing every week between $5,000 and $9,000 a week, and he's splitting, and that's not the total. I think I don't know if that's just his cut or what he got. Bottom line is, in his bank book, he was depositing between $5,000 and $9,000 every week into his checking account for doing nothing. Now, the initial writing of the code took him, he said, about 3 months. Every single day, he put in all this time, all this work to get it right. Then they got the equipment they needed, and they did what they did. I said, isn't that illegal? He said, yeah, only if you get caught. I was like, look, man, half my family you've been legal troubles. I don't need that kind of thing, but good for you, you know. So, we kind of got along and everything, and I said, you know what, I've got a cousin, I've got some friends and relatives that we're getting computers. We want to get involved with the internet thing. You think you show us some stuff? I said, sure. So, we gave him the nickname Frank White. Frank White is the character from the movie King of New York that Christopher Walken played. He's just like the baddest white dude in the hood. The top drug dealer, and the way the King of New York works was a white guy in a predominantly Hispanic and black world or whatever like that. And so, here's Frank hanging out with all the brothers, and he's the most successful, but at the same time, he was sharing the information with us, which is cool and unique. Not many people do that, and I'll never forget that. Now, of course, eventually he got in trouble with the parent company of Pogo, and they told him to stop. But you know what? A funny thing happened. About 6 months later, they sent him another letter, and they said, you know what? Ever since we asked you to stop, hacking our website and promoting your program, our traffic has dipped substantially. So here's what we're going to do. We want continue to do what you do, just don't get greedy. And I mean, these people have enough power and enough finances to put his entire family, in jail if they wanted to for whatever reason. And they actually realized they made more money with him cheating than not. I thought that was incredible. Now, I'm not advising anyone to do anything illegal, but the point of the matter is this. He created a product that had value, that solves problems. And I mean, oftentimes we think if we had more money, it'll solve so many problems, but I'm a firm believer of the saying, more money, more problems. But at the same time, if you can use money as energy, okay, to take care of problems and to prepare those around you for any, unconventional thing that might come down, that's when you're ahead of the game. And, if you listen to that audio of Tracy Walker, she explains that in detail. I'm going to repost that here real soon. Life-changing stuff. So, but I know there are people out there right now that are watching this broadcast or who will watch the replay of this, and you're saying to yourself, there's a lot of things that I want to get the most out of this social networking experience rather than just, talking out the side of my neck, saying any old thing to get some attention, whether it's, relationship attention or, popularity in some ways, whatever like this and that. I want to bring some value to the marketplace with whatever you're good at. For me, I'm really good at doing events with toys. I'm really good at that. So I use this to promote that. But at the same time, I know people all over the world that are going through different things, and interesting things are happening all the time. I want to talk about that. So why not combine the two together? So that's all I'm going to say for right now. It's what, 9:38 right now? Send me a message on Facebook. Tell me what you thought about this. I hope I recorded this. If I didn't, we'll do this again. But thank you guys so much for joining me. This is a lot of fun. And see you guys on the other side. All right.